Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing another installment of the segment I like to call Love It or Leave It, where we talk about all of the new and upcoming luxury makeup releases and I share whether or not I'm planning to purchase, and then you guys share all of your feedback and your interest level down below in the comment section. These videos are always a group project, so let me know if you see something that you're really interested in that you would like to see a review on, and vice versa if there's anything that you're not really fussed about, because if you're gonna skip it, then I'm gonna skip it as well. I'm getting most of my photos today from both the Trend Mood and the Chic Profile official Instagram accounts. I will of course link them down below. They're great accounts to follow if you're interested in sneak peeks when it comes to luxury beauty. So I'm going to begin with a piece that I'm most excited about. It's this Hermès highlighter. I had no idea this was coming, but then it kind of popped up out of nowhere and then I saw it posted everywhere. And from what I've been reading in the comment section, people seem to be really loving this. It's been better received, I would say, than even the blushes. This shade looks incredible, and from what I understand, they're gonna have multiple shades. So the only photo I have is 01 Permabrass, and it looks like this gorgeous kind of champagne gold. So beautiful. The type of shade that would probably work really well for a wide variety of skin tones. I know there's not one size fits all when it comes to skin, but this looks like it would work with deeper skin tones, medium skin tones, potentially lighter skin tones, maybe not fair. We'll have to see it in person to truly judge, but I love the design embossed on top. The Hermès crest or emblem right there on the powder, it just looks so luxurious. Almost like a button. It looks actually exactly the same as the little Hermès crest that's embossed right on top of the exterior packaging. And the lipsticks, so pretty. I know I'm going to get this and I'm going to be so tempted not to touch it, to just look at it and absorb all of its beauty. Now the packaging does look the same as those blushes, however, the blush powder, the actual pan, is kind of off center when you open it up, and based on this photo it looks like the highlighter takes up the entire powder. So I don't think it's the same packaging. It's not identical, in which case it wouldn't be interchangeable because the blushes come in refillable packaging. This packaging looks slightly different on the inside, not the outside. So I'm not sure you would be able to change out your refills, blush to highlighter and highlighter to blush. Maybe just the highlighters will be refillable. And if they are, hopefully they fix the packaging snafu and they'll just make it magnetic instead of gluing them in there. Who knows? I'm excited. I know it's going to be expensive. Probably in the $75, $80 range. Let's hope it's not any more than that, but I can't wait. I'm excited. These are the types of products that I live for, that I want to add to my collection. I think they add value because they're so interesting and beautiful and just uber luxury. And I believe I read this was coming in September, so closer to fall. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a holiday launch. It looks so beautiful, almost regal. It looks like something they would launch around the holidays, but I can't wait. I'm definitely picking this up, but I'd be curious to hear what you guys think about these highlighters. Are you sort of over Hermès beauty, done with the blushes, done with the lipstick because you're over it, or are you looking forward to what else they have up their sleeve? I remember when I was first reading an article about them launching their beauty line, and it said they had launches planned consistently, like every 6 months they were going to be launching something else. Of course, that was before 2020 when COVID hit, so I'm sure that pushed everything back and caused all sorts of delays. But this is not the end from them. From what I understand, they are going to continue to roll out more and more beauty pieces. I can't wait. I love everything so far. Next, let's talk about this sneaky Chanel launch. We've been talking about so many Chanel launches lately. I did a preview video. If you haven't seen photos of their fall collection, I will link that video down below. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I don't know if this is coming to the US, so I wasn't sure whether or not to talk about it. I think it might September, October. I believe this is launching in Asia now, or it's about to launch, and then fingers crossed it does make its way to the States. But this is the Les Beige Water Fresh Blush. Looks so interesting. Similar to the Les Beige Water Fresh tint, which goes on, I don't even want to call it a tinted moisturizer. It truly is a skin tint. It's water-based, kind of looks like the micro gel, what do they call that? A similar texture to the Chanel Hydra Beauty Micro Serum in that it has those little droplets and they break upon contact to the skin. And that way you get the purest form of the skincare ingredients, at least with the micro serum. With the Water Fresh tint, you just have the little pigments in there, and then you just have to make sure you buff it out so that they all break out. It smooths, glides on the skin. It helps to even out your skin tone, and it leaves your skin looking very hydrated, slightly dewy, very fresh faced, but incredibly natural. This is minimal makeup. It's not a typical American no makeup makeup. It truly looks like you're not wearing makeup, which is the beauty of the product. Some people hate it. It's not going to be for everybody, especially if you love coverage, if you prefer more of a matte finish, not going to be right for you. But if you like very minimal makeup, you want it to look like your skin is naturally flawless, it really is the perfect base. I saw a lot of criticism of this product, unlike the Hermès highlighter where everybody was gushing about it. A lot of people thought this was a terrible idea. Of course, Chanel lovers really like it. I can't wait to see. I will judge when I see it in person, but I do really like the idea. Of course, we've seen so many blush releases this year, kind of inundated with blushes at the moment. I could get excited about this. There aren't a lot of blushes I could get excited about anymore. This is one of them. The shades are kind of funny. It looks like there's warm pink, light peach, intense coral. They all look very light. Of course, this is going to the Asian market first, potentially exclusively. So they are going to be lighter shades. They're intended all for lighter skin tones. And it's meant to be very minimal. So the light pink truly is going to be light pink. This isn't really a buildable cream product. The application is throwing me a little bit because I'm not sure what you would apply first. Would you go in with a little blush to add color to your cheeks and then go in with the Water Fresh tint? How would it blend together? Because with the Water Fresh tint, I feel like 1 or 2 pumps covers the entire face. So I would imagine this is maybe like the eye micro serum in a teeny tiny little pump, so that you don't get too much product because you really have to blend it out and then you wouldn't be able to concentrate on the cheeks. So we'll just have to see. I know it's received a lot of hate already. A lot of products do, especially if you read through the Trend Mood comments. But I remember when the Water Fresh tint first launched and there were people who thought it was gimmicky and ridiculous and there was no need for it. But it sold out immediately. I think it was out of stock for the longest time, and there are people who swear by that product, and I think it will be probably a similar situation. It's just not intended to be for everybody. But I will say I think there is maybe an underserved niche group of people who love luxury, but they are more minimal with their makeup. A lot of people think, oh, it's luxury, it's expensive, it has to be full pigment, full glam all the time, but the two are not mutually exclusive. In fact, when you watch the Chanel runway shows and look at their models and look at their makeup campaigns, it's not the full glam that you see in makeup ads by American brands. So, 2 totally different makeup looks. One is not bad or good, they're just different. They're going to appeal to different people. If you can believe it, we still have more blushes here to talk about. This first one is from Givenchy. It's the loose powder blush. I just popped up a photo of this because I'm kind of on the fence. I thought I was over it, but I am still just so interested in these. I think they look so beautiful. And I didn't see these at any of the big US retailers. I think they came to, does it Feel Unique? Some retailer that I had never heard of. I've never ordered from them, but I think I probably can get my hands on maybe one shade. But I want to hear from you guys. Have you seen the review? Have you made up your mind? Are you sort of over it because they aren't at the department stores? Or would you be interested in seeing a review? If I can get my hands on one, is that something you'd like to see? Let me know, because if not, I'll just go ahead and skip it. And then we also have some photos of new blushes from Tom Ford. I had a sneaking suspicion they were going to do away with their old blushes or reformulate, change them. The shades just started dwindling and they kept going out of stock. And then sure enough, here we have these Shade and Illuminate blush duos. I have a couple different photos, so I'm going to pop up all of the best ones. I think these look interesting. Now, I'm very happy with the few Tom Ford blushes I have. I think they're beautiful. One of the best products for the price from Tom Ford. I always thought it was a pretty decent buy because the pan is so big. I want to say they were maybe $46, but they were huge. So I don't know if I necessarily need these. I'm maybe interested in picking up one, but because I have so many blushes, I have a couple Tom Ford blushes that I have not come close to hitting pan on. I kind of feel like I could skip these for now. I imagine the blush craze is probably dying down. Do you guys have blush fatigue like I do? I'm sure I pick up maybe more products than the average person, but are you interested in these? Let me know. Another problem I have is that I just know within a couple weeks, couple months, maybe not weeks, but within a couple months, these are going to be on sale at a cosmetics company store. I like the idea of the blush duo. Feels a little bit unnecessary. I think most people are probably just going to swirl. I don't know if it makes that big of a difference. It's not really a huge draw for me to have two shades in one. Usually if I pick a blush, I kind of want one shade, so I know that it is flattering. The duo is really pretty, but it's not a selling point. If you guys are over blush, then I'm over it. And if you guys have to see a review, if you'd like me to pick up at least one shade, I will absolutely do that because they do look really pretty. And I am kind of interested to see what the texture is like because I loved the original blush. We have a lot more Tom Ford here to discuss, and it's been a while since I've been on the Tom Ford hype train. In fact, I feel like I've been dissing them for years now, but I am very excited about a couple of these launches. We have two new eyeshadow palettes that I believe I read they're launching in Asia. They will potentially be coming to the States. I'm a little bit undecided about these, but I still think they're very pretty. I'm not sure if I'm going to purchase them 100%, but I like them. Compared to the last few eyeshadow launches, these color stories are very unique. They're not dupable by a handful of other Tom Ford quads. They don't look similar. So I think they're really pretty. If I was in the market for eyeshadow, I would definitely look into these, especially that kind of pink and brown palette. That looks so pretty. I might just have to pick that up. And then I saw somewhere we're getting two new single shadows from Tom Ford. This is the Extreme eyeshadow formula. This electric blue, which looks very pretty. An easy skip because I just don't think I would ever wear it. And then this really pretty silver. Another easy skip for me because I don't wear silver. But I think they're really cool. And I like that it's different. It's something sort of fresh from Tom Ford. I'm wondering if this is part of a bigger extreme makeup collection or just bigger collection in general. It seems sort of random to add two single shadows. I'm sure there's more to the story here, but I'm just happy to see something different from Tom Ford. We do have one re-promote from Tom Ford. This is the Suspicion eyeshadow quad, but it comes in this limited edition bitter peach packaging. I don't love the look of the bright orange. I do think it's kind of cool. I would have preferred a matte black or the pink. I like the idea of the peach, but I don't own this eyeshadow quad, so I'm sort of tempted to pick it up just because I want the special packaging. Part of me wants to get it. Part of me wants to stand my ground, stay firm, and not purchase it simply for the fact that they're just re-promoting old eyeshadow quads, sticking it in fancy packaging, and thinking they're just going to sell it to us twice and we're just going to eat it up. I really didn't like the bitter peach fragrance from Tom Ford. I don't have it, so it's not like I would be starting a bitter peach makeup collection. If I really loved the fragrance and I owned it, then I would definitely be interested in picking this up. But I just like the idea of something cool and different. It's been a while since I've really been excited about something from Tom Ford. Let me know what you guys think down below. Is this a total waste of money? Should I stand my ground or should I just go ahead and pick it up? And then they are also launching the Shade and Illuminate Concealer. I remember seeing photos of this a long time ago, so it seems like it's finally maybe about to launch. I really liked the Shade and Illuminate foundation from Tom Ford. Hated the price, but for a skincare foundation, I thought it looked really pretty. It was kind of the ideal finish. It's been a while since I've used it because I did give that foundation away. I never used it. I just have so many foundations at the moment. I didn't want it to go to waste, so I'll have to track down the Shade and Illuminate foundation. I'd like to try them together. The concealer packaging looks similar to the lip glosses, which I think is very luxurious packaging. I wonder if this is going to be like the Foundation A skincare concealer, in which case it will probably have a higher price tag. Tell me, how are we feeling about the new Hourglass individual eyeshadows? It sounds like they have build your own custom palettes, which could be pretty cool. I'm interested. I'm curious. I signed up, I entered my email, so I'll be notified as soon as these launch on the Hourglass website. For whatever reason, concepts like this don't seem to have real staying power. They don't seem to last the long haul. So I don't know. I think there will probably be a lot of excitement at first. And if the product is incredible, then I could see them taking off. If it's just kind of so-so comparable to other brands, I could see people purchasing one palette and then never revisiting. I like the idea of the build your own, but I'm sure if it was that popular, every brand would do it. It does give them a lot of flexibility to constantly rotate shades, bring in new shades, get rid of shades that didn't sell, keep things nice and fresh. It looks like the colors that are going to be launching are really fall appropriate. They look a little bit deeper. But you can absolutely put together a really pretty palette with these colors and these combinations. It's been a while since I've been excited about something from Charlotte Tilbury, but we have 2 new eyeshadow palettes that look really fun. I love the exterior packaging. Kind of has this mother of pearl with these star designs. Looks really pretty. And I think this might be that new formula that she came out with for the holidays last year. I skipped all of those eyeshadow palettes, so I don't have any. I need to test it out. These look so pretty. Looks like there are 2 different color stories. They both look incredible. The Celestial Pearl Luxury Palette of Pearls. Ooh, color-coded eyeshadows. I remember hearing mixed thoughts about that eyeshadow formula. I remember some people really liked it and other people didn't like it. I love my other Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow quads, so hopefully this will be sort of comparable to those. We have more Charlotte Tilbury here. This is end sale related. If you guys are familiar with the Nordstrom anniversary sale, they just launched their preview online. So I've went through earlier today and I've been picking out my favorites. That video will be up this week as well. I always shop every year. Some years are better than others. Last year was kind of a strange year for obvious reasons, but it looks like they have a lot of really great stuff, at least beauty-wise this year. So I have to put together my wish list. This went right over my head the first time, and then somebody pointed out that it was a limited edition shade, and I went ahead and added it to the wish list. This is a new Charlotte Tilbury 5-minute face on the go. It's this new instant look of love in a palette, but it's a limited shade that's exclusive for the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and it comes with a little mini Pillow Talk push-up lash for $75. So it's kind of a value because you get the mini mascara. I like that mascara, but the reason I would pick this up would be because of the palette. Now they kind of look similar to that pearl eyeshadow palette we were just talking about, so I might have to choose one or the other. I really like my travel palette. I think it's really convenient. I think it is great for travel, for sort of easy everyday looks. It can be kind of your one go-to product. The last brand I have here to talk about is Dior. They have several upcoming launches that we haven't talked about yet that I think are really interesting. So these are the Atelier of Dreams collection. 2 eyeshadow palettes. They look really beautiful. The colors are pretty standard. What I love about them is the design embossed on top. It looks like the Dior Atelier. So beautiful. Kind of reminds me of a collector's piece, something that I would purchase and then maybe not want to touch. I wish there was something on the exterior packaging to make it a little bit different. Then it would absolutely be a collector's item. Since it's just kind of lightly pressed on the powder, I'll most likely use these palettes, but I do think it's just too pretty to skip out on. One of them has more of a silver pewter in the center. I prefer the palette that has the gold in the center because I think I would get more use out of it. We also have this other eyeshadow palette from Dior. Looks like it recently launched in Germany, so who knows if it's coming here. It's the Golden Day palette, $5.69. This color story reminds me a lot of Camellia from Chanel. This is an easy skip for me. I don't really like those purple, pink, gray palettes, the quads and the quints. Anything that looks similar to this, I think I have probably one or two from Chanel and I barely touch them. So this is something that I will definitely be skipping if it does come to the States. But we have more pictures of the highlighters, the 6 shades of the highlighters. They look so pretty. I can't wait for this. It's called the Dior Forever Couture Luminizer Intense Highlighting Powder in 6 shades. We have all of the colors, all of the swatches on Chic Profile Official. She says her personal favorite is the Coral Glow, number 6, and I think that's the one that I will most likely pick up because it looks like a very light blush highlighter combination. Valentino Beauty, we talked about them the last time I did a Love It or Leave It video. It came to Selfridges. They didn't ship to the US, and it was just the ultimate buzzkill, and I haven't really heard a lot of people talking about them. But on July 1st, they launched in the US, so they have the Valentino Beauty website. You can add things to cart. I think a couple pieces were back ordered until later on in July, but most everything is available now. So I've been kind of looking and browsing. I'm interested in picking up a couple of pieces, but I don't know if you've already seen reviews, if you're not really interested in Valentino Beauty anymore. Do you care? Do you want to see these lipsticks, these compacts? Truthfully, I would not pick up very much. My idea is to pick up a lipstick, a blush. I really like the idea of that liquid illuminator. I think it's a primer that has some luminosity to it. If you would like to see it, I would like to review it. Otherwise, we'll just all skip it together. Doesn't sound like people are really talking about it anymore. But that does tend to happen anytime there's a big launch. There's a lot of buzz, and then it dies within a couple of days because something else new is launching. Which is why we have to be very stingy with our picks and only purchase things that are incredible, that we won't forget about in a week. I could do a lipstick and a blush. Lipstick and blush. Listen to me. Have I forgotten my own rules? I have so many lipsticks I'm supposed to be on a no-buy, and I've purchased 10 blushes within the past month or two. Those should probably be the 2 things that I skip. But those are the things that are tempting me the most. That's all I have to discuss for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. Now it's your turn to sound off down in the comment section. Let me know if any of these pieces interest you, if there's anything that you have to see a review on, or if you're skipping anything we talked about today. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.